Yeah, welcome back. In this session, we'll see what made a Appium unique in the job market. So, first point is you need not modify your app to test it or to automate it using Appium. Okay, you need not recompile or remodify it. So, straightforward, the developer gives you an app. Hey boss, this is my app, and start testing on the spot. You can go ahead and start testing with the Appium coding. Okay, you need not modify or recompile your app to make sure to make it as Appium compatibility. So straightforward, the direct app which the developer team have developed, you can pick it up and start automating it. So that's the first main point. The next is you can use any testing framework to automate Appium test cases. You have JUnit and TestNG framework, so you can use any of it. It's independent of the test framework you use and the code it runs. Okay, so it's whatever it is, the only logic lies in the Appium code, and top of it you can use any framework. So currently the most two popular testing frameworks in the market are JUnit and TestNG. So if you are familiar with any one of those, that's enough. You can go ahead with that. You need not have any specific TestNG framework for this Appium, right? And next, you can write the code in any language supported by WebDriver. So if you see the Selenium WebDriver, that there are totally 5 languages where you can write the WebDriver language code. You can write in Java, C Sharp, Python, Perl, Ruby. Okay, so there are 5 languages support you have for WebDriver. So same applicable to Appium as well. If you are good in Java, write your Appium code in Java. If you are good in C Sharp, you can write it in C Sharp. There is no language specific to write your Appium code. So people across the world have different specifications on their language abilities where they can write code. So in that perspective, you can use any of your language to start writing your Appium code. Okay, but in our course we use Java. We use Java to write our Appium code. Okay, so this is one more beautiful feature, so which it's a unique, you can write it on any language, on any testing framework. So these 3 points are one. Okay, considering as a one section, like you need not modify your app and you can write in your own language. That's the Appium first, a basic main feature. So if you see, if you talk technically now, what makes Appium cross platform, let's see. So if you want to automate your iOS apps, okay, so Apple guys came up with a library called Apple's UI automation. With that library you can go ahead and automate your iOS apps. Similarly, you have Google's UI automator library with which you can automate your test cases in Android. Okay, with the Java you can automate those in Android, but this Google UI Automator library which they have provided will not work for iOS, and this Apple's UI automation library is specific to iOS only. It won't work on Android. So there is no a cross platform tool, a common bridge, a language where it applicable to both iOS and Android till the last year. But with the introduction or with emergence of this Appium, so it made a worldwide to look into it, because it's a cross platform. The common code will work in Android, the same code will work in iOS. I mean, code in the same library. The Appian guys, the library they have released is a cross platform. If they want to long click on any particular UI, long click in the sense just tapping on it or pinching on the mobile, same UI method what they have defined works for iOS, same method it will work for Android too. So there is no specific methods for both these platforms. There are common methods which you can use for Android as well as iOS. So that makes it one more reason to make it unique in the market. It's a cross platform. If you see the tools like Robotium and Perfecto, there are some tools which specifically works for Android only. If you take Selenium Android, it's also a good automation tool, but it's for Android only. It won't work for iOS. Okay, the mobile platform tools which you have in our market are specific to one platform only, but whereas with Appium you can do as a cross platform, same API, same standards you can run across the platforms. Okay, so that's the reason it's, we can say, as Appium as cross platform, and even you can write in any language which you are familiar with. You can use any testing framework and you need not modify your app as well. So with these features, so Appium has gone on the top in compared to other mobile automation tools which we have in the market. And of course it's a freeware which everyone wants, and you can download at on $0 cost and you can start working. And one more beautiful feature is it's not any new language, it's just extension to WebDriver. So people who already have an idea on Selenium WebDriver, so they can comfortably start working on it. So you need not start the things again from the scratch to learn Appium. Okay, but in this course, so you are not aware of Selenium, please watch one of my section where I have described Selenium basics. Go through that section and come back to again Appium to make the things clear. Okay, so in this total course, we will start with an Android first. We'll see how the things can be automated Android in live. But whereas for iOS, I'll just throw a light on it. That means I'll give you all the setup which required to start your script in the iOS, all the configuration required, all the app details. So what all you need to do is just run the program from your Mac machine. So till starting from Android installation till running the first program, the all the information needed, the programming capabilities, what we need to do and set up app related information, everything will present in my lectures. So from your perspective, you just need to run, just with following my lectures, just need to run your code in your Mac machine. So that probability you need to do. But whereas in Android, even running, I'll show you in my machine, because it's an Windows machine. I'll just take an emulator of Android and I'll show you how it runs an emulator. Okay, so that's it. In this section, I just want to share with you, these all are the features which make the Appium unique. So even in interior perspective, you may ask a question asking why Appium. So why we have even other tools in the market called Robotium, Monkey Test, Selenium Android, and Perfecto Mobile, and many more. So why only Appium? So these are the features which you can tell and make him impress. Okay, so in the next session we'll see what actually the internal architecture of Appium. So what's happening in the backend to make our works, the what all we discussed till now. So let's see how it's all working at the backend architecture of Appium, and how it's handling in Android perspective and iOS perspective. Let's see in the coming session. So that's it for this session, and yeah, bye for now. Thank you.